Hey guys, it's Lilo.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Today we are back. What? Today we are going back to reading Reddit confessions. Honestly, that's just yeah, that's what we're doing. Slash confession. We're starting off strong because what the actual heck? When I was 14, I purposefully came all over a doorknob at a local church. I don't even want to continue. I feel the need to clarify that this was nearly 16 years ago at this point. I was a rebellious little asshole and was very anti-religion, very antisocial. I used to visit this church occasionally as well, wearing white-out contact lenses and makeup. I don't know exactly what made me do this other than I must have thought it was funny. I was enjoying myself in the lockable, disabled restroom anyway, and for whatever reason, I decided to expel my splooge all over the door handle and leave. I'm not sure if anybody noticed or what, but it's not like I didn't stand out if they were looking for the weirdo. Thankfully, I've changed since then, although that's a pretty low bar. That is, interesting. What was your issue as a child? Who knows? Therapy. Next question. Someone said, I don't count nuggets at Chick-fil-A because I don't get paid enough. I mean, I feel like we don't even need to read the description for this. Like, that's understandable. If I worked in any like fast food place and it was like a thing where you like had to count how much you would put in there, I probably wouldn't count. I'd probably just grab a handful and put it in there. If it looked like less than like what was supposed to be in there, I'd just grab another handful. Like, I probably would not care, you know. I definitely understand that. I used to love when I would get extra chicken nuggets. Like, when I was younger, we would go to McDonald's and sometimes they would give us an extra chicken nugget and I would get so excited because I would have 11 chicken nuggets instead of 10. But it's always like, I feel like it's always so fun as like the consumer to get more than what you're told you're gonna get. It's like a little special treat, you know. I want to read this story. I have no clue what we're talking about. It says, I won a Girls Gone Wild award for lying and for no personal gain. Okay, OP says, I, 45 female, worked in call centers as my career starting in my early 20s. Most people hated being on the phones and did everything they could to get promoted. I refused promotions because I loved being on the phone. After a couple of years in call center jobs, in 2003, I found out some people were doing it from home. I bought all the required equipment and built in office in the closet of my apartment I lived in with my boyfriend and another couple of roommates. I did 10-hour shifts sometimes, taking calls from commercials, burial insurance information, kitchen gadgets, workout programs on VHS and DVD. I liked working nights the best while everyone else in my apartment slept. I took a ton of Girls Gone Wild calls from those infomercials. Some callers were definitely young boys. Most were at least a little drunk, but I was told as long as their credit card goes through, continue with the sale. That's so funny. Because I was a young woman with a great telephone voice. That's why this was my career while I got degrees I will never use. That's so real. Guys' first question was always, are you one of these girls I'm seeing on the commercial? I said, yep. That's me. I'm lifting up my pinky t-shirt in Tampa at spring break. Do you see me? As long as I kept flirting, they did too. And I just kept saying, and today only you can get another Girls Gone Wild set for no extra shipping. I'll go ahead and add that to your credit card. Okay, darling? After a couple of months of taking these calls, I got a big package in the mail from corporate, an entity that had only been an email address before. I got a certificate recognizing me as the top-selling teleservice representative for Girls Gone Wild. As my reward, I received every Girls Gone Wild DVD. My boyfriend and I tried to watch it and we both thought it was sad. I'm still sorry I made so much money for an exploitive company like that, and I just made the same $8 an hour I always did for that. I pawned the DVD so my boyfriend and I could go to dinner at a place without a drive-thru. I mean, sometimes you gotta do what you got to do, I guess. I've never seen the Girls Gone Wild thing. That's so interesting. I mean, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. I mean, sometimes you take a job and like, sometimes it's not the best job and you look back at it and you're like, wow, that was a really shitty company to work for. But you can't afford to think deeply about stuff like that. Like, I've had a job where I worked there and I didn't really like the company's like moral values, but it's like, I need a job. Like, you know, it's like, I'm already here, I'm already doing the training, and then you like start learning about them, and it's like, I'm not gonna leave just because the company that I work for, the CEO, or just the company as a whole is shitty. Like, sometimes you just gotta go to work, you know? And like, when you are able to get out of that space, then you get out of it. But sometimes you can't really like choose, you can't really decide. Sometimes you just have to, because that's where you are in life. But that's so funny. Girls Gone Wild telemarketer. Could you imagine? That's so funny. So the Girls Gone Wild people, they pay people to model for the commercials, and then they pay telemarketers probably way less than the models or whatever to actually seal the deal. That's so funny. And then they gave them, I would hate working for Girls Gone Wild as a telemarketer, and then as a reward they just send me all the DVDs. I work for you, why would I want these? Like, I don't know, that seems like a sucky reward for doing the best job ever. Like, I don't know. I just feel like if I'm an elite employee, I should be making more money, not getting a set of DVDs. You know, like, what am I gonna do with this? Raise my salary. I'll keep being a telemarketer, but like, I need to be making 20 an hour, you know? Someone said, revenge on a package thief has never smelled so stinky. This has to be a caca story. Like, there's no way. I had my Amazon package stolen by a package thief and caught it on camera. And my apartments did nothing, and the cops didn't take me seriously. So I collected my cat's poops in a Dell box for a week and put it on my porch. It was gone in a few hours, and honestly, I don't regret it. You shouldn't regret it, because why are people stealing from you? Like, that's weird. I don't even know if it was the same person, because my camera didn't pick up the second one. It's on a motion sensor, but any package thief who got that package deserves a cat's poop. And that's so real. I just feel like if you're stealing packages off of people's porches, like, go do better. Like, you deserve to get poop. You deserve to get poop packages. Like, why are you stealing off of people's porches? Don't be a weirdo. You don't even know what you're stealing when you're taking packages off of people's porches. You could be stealing a bomb, and when you open it, you get blown up. Next time you want to steal from people, think about that. I've been throwing away my roommate's dirty dishes instead of cleaning them. Well, one, why would you be cleaning their dirty dishes? And two, if you've continuously told them to clean their dirty dishes because their dirty dishes are filling up the sink, and you can't even wash your own dishes because they have so many dishes in the sink, this is valid. Anyone who's lived with a messy roommate knows how, like, disgusting it gets. And honestly, this is a valid reaction. It really is. So my roommates are messy as hell. The sink is always full of gross dishes that nobody wants to touch. At first, I was the one scrubbing everything because I couldn't stand it. But after a while, I just got fed up. And this is literally happens all the time. The people who are the cleanest, they always end up cleaning everything. And then at some point, they get fed up and they just leave it. And then, like, they fend for themselves. Like, they clean the dishes on their own. But then the kitchen is nasty and stinky. Like, ugh. It's the worst. It's the worst. And I'm not saying I'm the cleanest person all the time. But I feel like when you live with other people, you do have to be respectful of them. The dishes get piled up sometimes, you know, like, that happens. But for your dishes to sit in the sink for more than a week, weeks have gone by, months have gone by, and your dirty dishes are still in the sink. That's insane. I would be throwing their shit away too. One night, I looked at this plate that had been sitting there for like a week with dried food welded onto it, and I just thought, nah, screw this. I tossed it straight in the trash, didn't say a word. That's valid. And honestly, it felt kind of amazing. So now every once in a while, if something's really nasty and I don't want to deal with it, I just throw it out. I'll replace a plate or mug here and there, but mostly I don't care. The funny part is my roommates have started accusing each other of stealing their cups and pans, and I just sit there acting confused. They have no idea it's me. Yeah, I know it's wasteful, but I think it's their fault for being assholes. Yeah. Someone in the replies, the first reply I see is, don't replace them. Why are you replacing them? Someone said, I do this and replace it with disposable stuff. That's funny. Honestly, that's actually funny. And then you shouldn't feel the need to have to clean their dishes either. They're grown people. They know how to wash their dishes or clean their own dishes. They're just choosing not to do it. So you shouldn't feel the need to have to replace their dishes or what. I mean, I guess I get it because, like, you're throwing their belongings out, and low-key, like, if they found out you were doing that, that could become a whole thing. But But still, it's like, it's not something I would have thought of doing. I probably would have thought about it, but I wouldn't have done it, you know, because I think about the consequences of things a lot of times before I do them. But if I was very passive aggressive like this, that's definitely something that I would have done. I understand this. I understand throwing your, because it's like, you, especially if you, I don't know if this person had been doing it, but if you were like consistently saying, hey, you need to wash your dishes, like the kitchen stinks, and then like if you want to invite people over, it's embarrassing when your kitchen stinks but it's not even your stuff, and it's like, okay, I'm sorry, like the kitchen smells because my roommates are disgusting. Like, what does this mean? Pattern or logo on towels make me think about my crotch. How does that even correlate? My parents always ask why I specifically buy plain towels with no patterns or logos, and I always just say no reason. The real reason is kind of embarrassing. I only use one towel after showering, and I'm weirdly obsessive about where I wipe different parts of my body. If a towel has a logo or pattern, I can easily remember where I wiped my crotch or butt, and then the next day I'll avoid using the same area on my face. But if the towel is completely plain, I can't track what section I used for what, and weirdly that makes me feel better using it again, even though logically I would probably wipe my crotch with that same towel before. It makes absolutely no sense, but my brain treats logos / patterns like a map, and I'd rather not have that reminder. Okay, no, I see where I see where their issue is. Okay, not an issue, but like I understand. Okay, so like instead of hyper focusing on like, oh my gosh, where did I wipe my ass the other day, they're like, it's a towel, I need to dry my body. Also, those areas should be clean. Your ass should be as clean as your face is when you get out the shower. If it's not, then you need to get back in the shower. So I just feel like that should never be a worry in the first place. Like, I understand it's like, that's where you shit, but you should be wiping your crevices and cleaning your ass and wiping your crotch area. You should never have to worry about the cleanliness of your towel after you get out the shower, because you should just be clean everywhere. But I understand where this person is coming from. They're like it's kind of like trying to I don't even know how to explain it, but I get it. It's like this like if I use this type of towel, then I know I wipe my ass with that, I wipe my armpits with that, I wipe my face with that. Now every time I use this towel, it has to be that same exact spot or I'm gonna lose it, you know? It's like trying not to trigger yourself, basically. Like, they're like, okay, I don't need to use the towel with logos so I don't trigger myself when I'm getting out the shower and wiping my body. I just need to be able to get out the shower and wipe my body without even thinking about anything and going about my day, you know? I had no clue where this was going at first. I was very confused, but I get it now. I get it. But also, your whole body should be clean when you get out the shower, so this should never be a worry. I don't know. I just feel like if you're worried about the cracks of your ass touching your face after you've just bathed, you have other things to worry about. I just feel like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not reading that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to myself that I even read. It was a long story, so I skipped to the end just to see what it was about, and I want to unread it. I don't want to know what we're talking about anymore. That's my fault for being nosy. We're going to end off with The Maid. Okay. I used to work as a cleaner. You know what? I need to finish watching The Maid. Anyways, I used to work as a cleaner in a hotel and heard and saw things I shouldn't have. I feel like this is very common for people who work in hotels or like service industry in general. Because honestly, me and my friends, we be talking loud as heck in public spaces. So honestly, there's probably a lot of information that other people shouldn't know about me or didn't need to know about me and like things going on in my life or the things that I'm doing. But me and my friends, we just be loud. We don't be caring. We should be talking about any and everything in public spaces when we're together. We don't be caring. So I definitely am not surprised that as a cleaner, you know things you shouldn't, you know. I feel like that's probably a common thing, actually. Anyways, I used to work as a cleaner in a hotel. As a cleaner working in a hotel, I need to get into a room as soon as possible after the guests left so I could get it ready in time for the next people. This hotel also had an option to extend your stay by an hour, which you could ask for if I knocked on your door and you still weren't ready to leave. More than a few times a month while cleaning the rooms, I'd hear people having really loud sex in the room next door, and even feel embarrassed when I'd have to knock and tell them they need to leave or pay extra to stay another hour. Bye. Because I cleaned the rooms myself, I wouldn't help but feel turned on every time I heard people fucking in the next room. Stop. It's not even... It wasn't even for real about the business. It was about the self-pleasure. Wow. Like, I'm not surprised this happens. I feel like even as hotel guests, you hear the stuff that happens in the next room, because them walls are thin. Hotels are cheap. They're built cheap. The walls are thin. The beds are right next to each other on the wall. This is the wall, this is the bed, and this is the bed. They touch like that. So I'm not surprised. That is hilarious though. Hey, could you imagine? You're getting railed, and then the cleaner knocks on the door and is like, hey, I'm sorry to bother you guys, but you guys are gonna have to pay an extra hour if you want to keep having this little event. If you want to keep fucking, you gotta let us know, okay? Or you gotta get out of here, because I need to clean this room, but if you guys are gonna keep doing that, you need to extend your time. Thanks. Anyways, guys, that is all I have for you guys today. If you like today's video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Tell me, have you ever been in a hotel or honestly in any public space and heard things from people that you shouldn't have? I definitely have. But also, I be ear hustling. I be listening on purpose. I be like, oh, Barbara did what? Give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel to see more videos from me. Follow me on all my social medias. The links are all down below. Share this video with your friends if you're feeling extra. Yeah, I will see you guys in my next video, and I hope you all have an amazing day. Bye.